Newsom says California will independently review coronavirus vaccine, we won't take anyone's word for it. Newsom named 11 doctors and scientists to review any rollout of vaccines. California Gov. Gavin Newsom said the state will independently review the Trump administration's anticipated coronavirus vaccine before approving distribution to its 39 million residents. Of course we won't take anyone's word for it, Newsom said Monday as he named 11 doctors and scientists to review any rollout of vaccines by the federal government or vaccine developers. It is unclear whether the independent review process will set back the distribution process for New York and California in comparison to other states that may be able to deploy it and potentially slow the spread of COVID-19 at a faster rate. Dr. Jeffrey Klausner, a professor of epidemiology at the UCLA Fielding School of Public Health, said Newsom named a renowned group that should be able to quickly make credible decisions. I wouldn't interpret this as a delay in distribution. I would interpret this as an effort to make sure that distribution is equitable and timely, he said. The people in this group are among the most reputable public health advocates in the state. New York Gov. Andrew Cuomo similarly said in September that his state would conduct an independent review of the vaccine, citing politicization concerns, saying he is not going to trust the federal government's opinion during an interview on ABC's Good Morning America. The first question is the vaccine safe? Frankly, I'm not going to trust the federal government's opinion and I wouldn't recommend to New Yorkers based on the federal government's opinion, Cuomo said at a press conference at the time. He later told ABC's Good Morning America that Americans should be very skeptical of taking the vaccine. White House Communications Director Alyssa Farrad told Fox News America's Newsroom on Tuesday that Cuomo's comments were highly irresponsible and playing politics with the vaccine is extremely dangerous. Democratic nominee Joe Biden and vice presidential nominee Sen. Kamala Harris of California have also expressed skepticism with a vaccine developed by the Trump administration, but the nation's top health experts say there is no reason for concern. Dr. Anthony Fauci, director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, said in September that he was not concerned about political pressure. He said later in September that he would not be muzzled during an interview on Fox News Daily Briefing. The process that's going on in trying to prove the safety and the efficacy of a number of vaccines is a sound process, he said. I have faith in it. There are outside boards, data and safety monitoring boards, there are committees that advise the FDA about this, so I have confidence that things are going to be done in a scientifically sound manner. National Institutes of Health Director Francis Collins reassured Americans in a September interview with MSNBC that there would be no shortcuts in developing a safe vaccine, adding that there are multiple different layers of oversight of this to make sure that nothing gets pushed through unless it meets the highest standards. Probably the highest standards that ever have been applied for a vaccine are going to be applied in this situation. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, Director Robert Redfield shot down accusations of politicization of the vaccine, which he previously said could be available to governors as early as November 1, 2 days before November 3, during a September Senate hearing. There was absolutely no political thinking about it. You could say that retroactively, somebody should have thought a little more political, but there was no political intention whatsoever, he said. The Trump administration's Operation Warp Speed plan to distribute 300 million vaccines with the very first available by January 2021 has directed nearly $10 billion to COVID-19 vaccine research and development. The U.S. is currently testing 7 coronavirus vaccines.